Hello. Oh man. I am going to enjoy this tofu. I just know it. That was a good ass workout. I train about 5 times a week.
Without any doubt, the greatest bodybuilding show on earth.
I don't want to have to talk about Martin Fitzwater, and like I said in my previous video, I'll have to take it as easy as I possibly can, and I ask of you guys to do the same thing if you can. I noticed that in my previous video nobody really took me seriously when I said that, because I'm guessing you guys are fed up with Martin and nobody's gonna take it easy on him at this point. But I have some serious reasons to think that he might actually do something really stupid. That being said, I gotta cover what has happened with Martin Fitzwater the past 2 days, because I do have a media bodybuilding news channel. I am running a business over here, so I have to cover it. But again, I'll try and I'll be as mild as I possibly can be, because this stuff we got today, guys, it's bad. It's really, really a bad look for Martin, and I'm pretty sure he completely ruined his career beyond repair, potentially. Beyond repair. And honestly, career should be the least of his concerns at this point. I'm pretty sure he ruined more than that. And you'll see why I mean that. So I assembled a couple of stories, a couple of messages from Martin, and a lot of other things that happened with Martin these past 48 hours. So let's start with the first thing. Maybe you guys caught this already, but basically his disrespect to Nick Walker wasn't only on stage. It's not only that Martin refused to shake Nick's hand and completely ignored him. It's not only that he cheered for Nick losing the show. Martin actually basically bullied Nick, if you can put it that way, backstage, and disrespected him.
The Young Turks are complaining about Iran. When will they just shut up?
They'll stop complaining when, China goes bankrupt, I guess. Oh boy. When will the commie brain rot end?
The military struck several of Iran's oil sites on Saturday, which led to balls of fire, toxic smoke, and acid.
The war was never about liberating the Iranian people. It is just so psychotic they'd use this as an argument. Oh, if it was about liberating the Iranian people, then why don't they do it like in the Call of Duty mission? Just, go in with the special forces and take out the bad guys, but instead they're, destroying economic infrastructure? That's not Call of Duty. Oh my god.
Acid rain in Tehran
Give me
and
a
its
fucking
neighboring
break.
city of Karaj. Now, Tehran is a city of 10 million lives.
Flying Dutchman donated $2. Let me see.
Two, give me my motherfucking
I
plate.
made one.
Get my motherfucking shit going. I'm not playing.
Damn, Joel, you went like that for real?
Yes, that's my plate. I made that. I made that. I made that. I made made that! I made that! I made that! I made.
Okay, thanks for the donation, dude.
And now those lives are in jeopardy as this acid rain falls on them. Cenk, does
yeah. So she's fine with the Iranian government gunning down tens of thousands of protesters, but Israel blowing up an oil refinery is going a step too far. Okay. Right, that's what I figured.
him? Because check this out. Somebody said in the comments, Nick, is it true that he shoved you and swore at you backstage? And Nick replies, very. So, yeah, this looks terrible. Nick is talking about Martin right now. And the thing is, guys, I've been following Nick for a long time at this point. I was watching him on so many podcasts, and I always felt like Nick was also...
Oh yeah, dude, like Russia's literally attacking children's schools. And then, like, they don't say anything about that. It's all Jewish hatred and commie brain rot, like again. They're literally just promoting fascist propaganda. It's all they fucking do.
A bit immature. He was also kind of a little bit, childish, not in a negative way, but he was also kind of like a little boy in a way. But at this point, the way Nick is behaving, even after losing this show that he was supposed to win, by the opinion of many, and this show was very, very subjective. Some guys actually had Nick, some guys had Andrew. It's not clear why Andrew won. These guys were apples and oranges. The judges simply
I know
went...
Anna Kasparian is such a huge fucking hypocrite.
Yeah. I don't know how anybody can possibly take them seriously, but again, we just live in a society filled with fucktards. So even when you spell this out for them, Israel's still bad, I'm a fucking dumbass. I wish I could make them choke to death on their own socks. But thanks for the donation, Dodo.
With more of an aesthetic physique and not with a lot of muscle, with better conditioning. So Nick could have just won this show very easily, and he handled the situation like a champion. He matured a lot. Nick, he is behaving like a proper gentleman. So after the show was over, Nick made a statement on his IG and he said, didn't get the outcome I wanted, but I got so much more than that. Finally put a look on a stage that I can honestly say I'm extremely proud of and happy with. And that for me is a win in itself.
I don't understand the argument of like Nick Walker fucking winning the show. Like, I'm sorry, but Andrew Jack just like absolutely mogs the guy. Like, he's bigger and he like just like frame mogs him. Like, he's just a taller, larger kind of dude with a better structure. Like, give me a fucking break. I don't get it. It's like I'm seeing something completely fucking different. You can maybe make an argument for him beating Hottie, but even then, like, just the balance of his physique is so fucked. Like, his legs look way smaller compared to his upper body, even though he does have massive legs. It's just... He just doesn't have that appealing of a physique. And like, if you're gonna win a show purely on the basis of just being like some gigantic mass monster freak, like, you kind of have to really mog people, and he just doesn't.
Week and this prep, extremely happy for Andrew Jack. Probably one of the best guys within this industry, and I'm extremely proud of him to see how far he's even
Yeah, I've used some of those ab machines. I really like them.
come. What a gentleman, man. Nick, this guy is doing it right, especially at this point in his career. He matured, he is a nice guy, a nice person, and Martin can learn a lot from him. And even in that moment when Martin ignored him and skipped him, didn't shake his hand, didn't hug him, Nick reacted also in a really proper way. Nick became a really proper gentleman, and I respect him for that. And so don't be asking me why am I cheering for Nick so much, why do I want to see him win, even though I do not know this guy personally. I like him as a personality, man. I like this guy, I want to see him do well, and Martin is his enemy at this point. He chose to hate on probably the nicest guy in the sport, honestly. So I don't know why is this, to be honest, but apparently, as you can see right here, Martin shoved him backstage.
Dude, it's weird how so many fucking people over this fucking situation are like, oh, roid rage. Oh, he's doing too much tren or something. Everybody on that show is on fucking high doses of steroids. They're probably all taking tren. And then because one dude is acting like a jackass, they're like, oh, it's got to be the steroids. Like, maybe he's just an asshole. Like, do you see anybody else acting like that? And they're all on the same fucking drugs he's on? Like, yeah, he's probably just kind of a immature, like, fucking idiot. That's all there is to it.
And swore at him. What the hell? So after all this has happened, people are really not happy with Martin, and he does have quite a few sponsors, and companies should be really careful if they want to support him and still sponsor him. And if you guys follow my channel, you know really well that after that incident with Giles Thomas happened, I did not take that easily. No. I saw right through Martin. I realized what kind of character he is. I realized what his character is like. And even at that moment, I said something about Raw sponsoring him, that it was a bad idea, bad move, because they have a pretty clean image. And Martin is currently ruining. And the people will not support a brand that is supporting a bully, an immature, and a person with no manners. Situation for Martin for sure. Now, after this happened,
I think it was fair that Marcus Rule never won an Olympia just because he didn't have the kind of conditioning that other dudes on stage had, even though he was definitely competitive from a size perspective. The 1 year he won the Night of Champions, which was after the Olympia, apparently he got like some sort of like stomach virus or something. And he got really sick, and that was the one time he was, like, absolutely fucking diced. And he ended up winning that. I think he might have even beaten whoever got the Mr. O title that year. Like, he looked fucking... Like, if he could have brought that shape onto a Mr. Olympia stage, then he probably would have won.
on the stage,
But yeah, he was freaky as fuck.
Instagram page shared this, and they said Martin dropped with 3 exclamation points, because I know Suki is not very happy with Martin. He doesn't like him either. Nobody from the bodybuilding media community likes this guy naturally, right? And you can see also the comment there from Nick Walker.
I am indeed Somalian. Donate $2. I'm sure you'll love this.
For the first time ever, we've completely reimagined the automobile. Introducing the men's only Ford Explorer. With no windshield wipers, no heater, no turn signals. Wait, no rear view mirror? No
They might as well sell pickup trucks like this because yeah, pickup truck drivers that's them. They don't use their signals, they don't use their mirrors.
GPS? Are you
Dude, what is just so fucking weird and baffling. This happened to me again where I'm going down the highway. Some fucking pickup truck driver speeds up in front of me. Then he goes into my lane and he cuts me off. He actually was like so close to me I had to put on my pull on my brakes as he's fucking going into my lane. So the guy didn't even bother speeding up ahead of me enough to even safely make a fucking lane change. And then you know what he does? He takes the fucking off-ramp. He didn't he literally did not have to do that. For all he had to do was wait literally 20 seconds to just take the off-ramp, and instead he decides to speed up, cut me off, make an unsafe lane change when he was just gonna fucking take the off-ramp anyway. They all do that. It's always pickup truck drivers. They do the same dangerous shit. They don't have some unique driving style where they all do something stupid. Some of them put on their lipstick or cell phone and they swerve into your lane, and some people just don't put on their turn signals, and some of them speed or some of them drive too slow. They all drive the same fucking way and do the same stupid dangerous bullshit. I don't know why that is, but the people who buy pickup trucks, it's like they have the same fucking hive mind and they do the same dumb shit.
kidding? Ah, it's missing all the parts created by women. Wow, whose great idea was that? This Women's History Month, Ford salutes the visionary automotive work by women past, present, and future.
He says it's about...
But yeah, that literally sounds like pickup truck drivers. They might as well sell cars like that. Thanks for the donation. I am indeed Somalian.
Vegan gains with his GF once he hops on tren.
Oh.
You're not leaving me. You try to leave me and I'll kill you, bitch.
You can't treat people like this.
I said shut your mouth, bitch. Why did you make me do it, huh?
I mean, you're kind of assuming she wouldn't enjoy that. Thanks for the donation, Pooh.
Time he stops getting away with this. So Nick is not being silent. He didn't say much. Everybody else said a lot about Martin. Nick didn't say a lot, but at this point, Nick had enough of this guy. And he had to speak his mind as well. And I have nothing against that. But in the comment section, everybody is, of course, supporting Elevate's decision. But Lee Priest is kind of disagreeing. And what he says is, yes, the way Martin acted was bad, sportsmanship. But instead of everyone jumping on the bandwagon, coming down on him, we'll look to give him guidance and the help he needs to go through whatever he's going through. I don't know. I mean, I get what Lee is trying to say. He's trying to be a nice person, but then again, should this kind of behavior go unpunished? I don't know about that. It's definitely a tricky situation. Now, Beyond the Stage TV or Suki asked Lee, oh, good question, just a question, nothing else. And he says, have you reached out to Martin to support? Or do you feel that it should come from his sponsors or people within his team? And Lee replies, I would reach out, but I'm sure he has better professional people than me. I'm not sure what he's trying to say here. I would reach out, but I'm sure it has Maybe he means he has better professional people than me. I don't know what he means. But I think people on his team should be reaching out to him also. So professional people, is he talking about, I don't know, shrinks or preachers? I'm not sure. But basically he says that he didn't reach out, even though he's advising us or people believe this. I bet, because I do.
Penis. Oh, what? Oh, there we go. We got Naked Leon now. You can see Leon's wiener. Grace Star's outfit. That's kind of cute. Ada Wong, RE4. I might install that one. Wait, are there any... Not compatible with custom camera FOV. Okay. That should be... Oh. NET desktop? What the fuck is that? I should probably already have that. Maybe we'll just download that now. See if it works. I benched 340 for a set of 8. Unused costumes. Huh. I like Grace. Replace Leon as Grace. Custom Guar cursor. Some of these are just fucking retarded. Jesus. That is so dumb. Oh yeah, nude Grace. Yeah, nude stuff. Iron Man armor, xenomorph. That's fucking funny. That's a good one. Yeah, there's a high amount of naughty mods so far. Dude, the Jim Bob thing. I kind of want to watch it, but it's like 3.5 hours long. It's kind of fucking nuts.
Can you leave us alone? Hey, hey, don't hit my dog. Don't hit my dog. No, Yuli.
I love how this faggot has a problem with dogs and then he like goes up to the dog. How about you just fucking leave? Dude, these people need like to just get fucking mauled. Just rip off their fucking hands.
Somebody needs to give that dog a treat.
Yeah.
He's a good boy. He's a very good boy.
In Germany, Islamists yelled at police officers saying he shouldn't have a dog because dogs are considered impure. Dude, get fucked. At this point, they should just be training police dogs to just, like, hunt Muslims. I don't know if they have a specific smell to them. But, yeah, just train the fucking dogs to attack Muslims.
So I would advise you find a way to get rid of the dog.
I have to give you a way. Because according to the Hanafi school of thought, you are impure. You are haram. Hi guys, this is Sahar TV, and in today's video we will see the treatment of Islam and Muslims to dogs. These are going to be videos from around the world of people walking their dogs and getting harassed. By who? By Islamists. I dare anybody to say something about my dog. Let's watch. So this first video is coming to us from London, where this British police is telling the woman that she needs to move away because it's a Muslim area, and Muslims don't like dogs. She probably received complaints. Let's watch.
This is the police. Hey, I'm no Nazi. This is the police appeasing the leftists again. Yeah, appeasing the communist leftists again. I'm not a Nazi.
Look at this little good boy. He's so good boy. He's such a good boy. Why do they want him kicked out?
What? Just for calling for saying I don't want to be called a Nazi?
Fucking UK, dude. The UK is just such a cucked shithole.
You shouldn't be allowed it.
It's a control tactic, so you can't say you'll do anything.
Just keep on going round.
Protect the leftists.
Absolutely. What do you mean, move on? How pathetic are you?
From the British, we love you!
You're not going that way. Excuse me. Guys, two of you, please. Two of you, straight away. What?
Look, and now they're all mobilised. As usual.
To do with being a Nazi, it's got nothing to do with being anyone. You just don't want to pay for you to live in there.
The dog knows.
I like being shouted nice.
Do you think you'd be able to beat J Masters PR on bench of 505 for a double? Would be funny if you made a post taunting him after you did it.
I think I could, probably, at some point. I want to be, like, careful with the bench because I've had the pec strains before, so I'm not gonna, like, try to hyper-accelerate how fast, like, the bench goes up. But yeah, I think at some point, eventually, I probably could do that. Thanks for the donation, nigga. That would be hilarious.
That guy, you shouting on the camera.
I'll make it, like, kind of racist, too. Look, a half-breed monkey fucking outbenched you. Who's the superior race now, you fuck?
On a megaphone, Nazi in my face. And the police are here telling people not to be insulted, that they're being called Nazis.
Yeah, of course you are, mate. Yeah,
You're still a Nazi. Because that's really offensive. Yeah.
Apparently, the British police forgot that the Brits fought the Nazis. But I'm so confused by the British police. Why are they even messing with her if she's just walking with her dog? What's the situation? Why did they come?
When you're letting them stand there and shout at Oxford residents in order to what?
Are you alright?
Because we're upset our taxpayers' money's going on Sunday on a funding Afghan.
Where else would you rather be on a Sunday night?
Nazis. God, you're the Nazis. They're actually standing there watching them shout that. Are they allowed to shout Nazis? Am I allowed to go over to someone's face and shout Nazi? No, I'm not, am I? So why you stood there watching them shout it?
The reason why we've actually got out is because the boss has already
You're
explained
useless.
that you can't watch it.
You're useless. You stood there letting people shout out obscenities like that.
And then they attempt to arrest you.
How embarrassing is that?
So they called her a Nazi. The police came and took who? The woman being called a Nazi. Make it make sense. This next video is coming to us from Turkey, where this woman with a dog is getting harassed by this Muslim man. Let's watch.
Can you leave? No.
Oh.
Dude, if I saw this shit in fucking public, people would be getting the fucking Bane backbreaker. They'd get a load of this. Fuck, that's too small of an image. Yeah, they'd be getting that one.
Can you get away? Come on.
Most of the kids at my university are pro-Palestine, can't support Israel out loud without being heckled. Oh, dude. I'd fucking bring it. Make my fucking day. I'd love to fight those motherfuckers. Fucking pieces of shit. Dude, college kids are the dumbest motherfuckers on the fucking planet. It's like, no shit, these fucking losers are in a ton of debt. Like, I don't even feel bad anymore for people going into fucking, like, crazy amounts of debt for a fucking college degree. It's like, you deserve it, you fucking useless fucktard. Yeah, great. Have all these fucking communist pieces of shit go into fucking debt. Like as if you fucking deserve money. There you go. You got exactly what you wanted, fucking commie. Get rid of your fucking money. Hate those fucking losers.
No, can you leave us alone? Hey, don't hit my dog. Don't hit my dog. No, you leave.
Did you see that? He was about to hit the dog. But I thought it's okay to have a dog if it's there for protection, which it seems to be exactly the case.
It's a public place. No.
Hadi.
Can you leave? No, you leave.
Go.
I won't go.
Ne go oğlum? Yallah buradan.
No.
Siktir git. Keserim onu ben.
Your dog. That's what he did.
Hadi.
No. No, I won't go. It's none of your business. Can you leave? I'm going to... Don't touch my dog.
Bana dokunma.
Good.
Gitsin diyorum, karışma.
I won't go.
I would kick this guy so fucking hard in the nuts. He'd have to go to the fucking hospital to get his balls, like, surgically kind of, like, forced out of his body to let them drop back into his nutsack.
I don't care if he was drunk, not drunk. If he was drunk, then as a Muslim, why are you telling this woman with her dog to walk away? You're breaking one Islamic rule to keep another? What's the situation? Weird. Now, this video was taken in Germany, where an Islamist yelled at a police officer he shouldn't have a dog because dogs are considered impure or haram. The moment the dog heard the Islamist shouting at the cop, he chases away.
Sie können den Hund nicht halten. Was machen Sie? Was machen Sie? Was machen Sie? Was machen Sie? Sie sind Hund nicht. Sie sind den Köter weg. Was macht der für Hund? Machen Sie den...
Why do they let these people into the fucking country in the first place? You know what they should fucking do? If you want to immigrate to, like, Germany or anywhere, they should make you kiss a dog, like, on the lips.
Fun fact, Big Lenny's training partner Andrew Cholera was only 24 when he did the 650 max bench. Lenny said Andrew was 340 pounds at 5'9". If you can manage to beat that, you should be declared the king of veganism.
Yeah, I don't know about a 650 max. That's kind of, like, fucking insane, dude. That was, like, a ridiculous fucking bench. Like that's a lot of weight. Thanks for the donation though, nigga.
Ich bin weg vom Platz! Ich bin doch weg! Was wollen Sie von mir? Was wollen Sie denn? Was machen Sie? Was machen Sie? Ich habe nichts getan! Ich bin nicht auf dem Platz! Das war mein Deichmann! Machen Sie den Hund weg! Was? Das ist meine Sicherheit! Bleiben Sie weg von mir! Was machen Sie denn? Und dann...
Somebody needs to give that dog a treat. He's a good boy. He's a very good boy, right? Finally, the dogs are fighting back against the nonsense being said about them by the Islamists. And again, I don't understand. You guys say that it's okay to have a dog if it's for protection. This is a police guy, and he has a dog for protection. Yet it's still haram? You guys are so confusing with your ideology and your teachings. Decide. Now, take a look at this beast. This woman decided to take her ginormous dog into a Muslim-majority area in Dortmund in Germany. Take a look at the faces of the people watching, looking at the dog. Oh yeah. What a scary beast.
That's a nice big dog.
Oh my God. Look at the size of that thing.
Dude, they gotta just like start fucking... They should just have like cane corsos just on the loose in Germany. And then like just have so many just massive fucking dogs just all over the place that Muslims just leave on their own, you know? Yeah, that'd be perfect. Just let, like, fucking feral dogs loose everywhere.
Listen, to the Muslims' credit, I would also probably move aside. Because this dog is scary as hell. Here's another video of that beast. Let's take a look. Yo, that dog is scary, guys. Come on. Come on. Huh? Yeah. Go say hi, Shadow. Appreciate it, man. Come on. Guys, what is he feeding that thing? What is he feeding that thing? He's got bigger biceps than me. Now, if
Better than steroids. Upgrading metabolism to get lean and jacked. Oh boy. Oh my God. Well...
It's crazy that leftists don't realize how dangerous Hamas is. Hamas aren't just anti-Semitic but also anti-American. Feels like everyone is supporting terrorists and don't realize it yet.
I'm not so sure about that. I feel like they do. It's just that, like, that's their whole goal, to, like, gaslight people into supporting fucking terrorism. You know what I mean? Like, they literally want to destroy, the West, you know? Thanks for the donation, though, Anonymous. On left, times were good, info was hard to find. Okay, so this is the transformation he made. What was the time period for this?
A little bit about progress. This was what I used to be, a 71 kilogram skinny sub 5 frame cell. eating about 2,300 calories a day and not even shredded. Like I got a little bit of a, what do you call this? I believe they call it I don't know, gunt or something. Hypothyroid, balding, stressed, and delusional, and not the good kind of delusional. However, he did have boundless potential. Then me here on the right, an 84 kilogram muscular, posture maxed, high tier normie on a good day with Chad-light potential. Just need the FME plus FMA and a very nice hair transplant. Gonna send me back about 100K.
What do you think of dog abuser Hassan and his political views? I know people who still don't believe he shocked his dog.
He's a piece of shit. He's one of the... He may be the worst political commentator in the United States. That guy is just a, like, pure, straight-up fascist, commie, like, piece of shit. And what makes it worse is he has a fuck ton of influence. So it's just, like, it's the worst case scenario. One of the craziest, most deranged, like, political takes that a guy could have, plus he's extremely popular. Thanks for the donation, though, Thick Dad Vaping for Christ. So I'm gonna fucking guess this is probably over the course of, like, several years, this transformation. Or if not, like, best case scenario, maybe over the course of a year or something. So, like, again, when somebody says, oh, my methods are better than steroids, 2 months. 2 months difference here. And I was only on 200 milligrams, so it was 210 milligrams test sip per week. I was also on 5 IUs HGH per day. Human growth hormone doesn't work that fast, so, like, you'd expect to gain maybe 10 pounds over the course of the year. So it's, like, basically all this is test sip. So tiny, baby fucking doses of test. And yeah, that's a 20-pound increase in muscle mass in 2 months. He did not make a transformation like that, and that's over a longer time period too.
Nick Fuentes tells Sneeko to go move to a Muslim country.
Yep.
You love Islam so much, go live in a fucking Muslim country at this point. You got nothing but negative shit to say about Christians and Americans in the West.
Yep.
And nothing but glaze for them boys. Nothing but praise for the brown clowns. Oh, look at the Muslims praying. Oh, Islam is so holy. Oh, Islam isn't like the degenerate West. Okay, man, you don't want to live in the degenerate West? Go live in fucking Egypt then. Go live in Morocco.
Dude, you do not know degeneracy until you go to a Muslim country. Like, bro, things are just so soft here. Like, the thing is, all of this is in the open, right? So, there are girls who are sluts, who will have gangbangs, like, fuck, basketball teams, stuff like that. That's all really fucking soft. You want to see some fucked up degenerate shit? Go to a fucking Muslim country. That's where you're gonna find children getting fucking trafficked, women and men having sex with animals, piss and shit in people's mouths. Like, some of the most fucked up, depraved fucking shit you can possibly fucking imagine. Because one, like, they're not able to express their sexual feelings in a healthy way, so it just ends up going insane. Two, the types of people who do this sort of shit, like, it's all, back room. It's not out in the open, so, like, it's just more opportunity for them to be, like, depraved and deranged and shit. And it's also just like a culture that promotes the sort of like like hardcore sexual violence is just clearly permissible in the Quran. Like you're allowed to have concubine sex slaves. So like, you know, this sort of shit that it's the sort of shit you'd expect to come from a culture like this. You know, Prophet Muhammad raped children, his followers raped children. So it's like, what do you fucking expect? Like these people who are saying, oh, Islam is against degeneracy. No, it is degeneracy personified.
He always says it like that. Morocco, go fucking live over there then. You know what we have here? People wash their hands. We've got drinking water that's clean from the tap. Like, it's relatively peaceful. Like, we have first world everything. It's also funny, you know, bro loves Martin Scorsese. That's haram. Sorry, you can't have that. You want to shit on the West? You want to shit on that? You can't have Martin Scorsese. You can't have filmmaking. You can't have secular art. You can't have any of that shit. You want to play that game? Mr. I hate the degenerate West. Mr. I hate these Christian hypocrites. Sorry, you don't get Martin Scorsese. That is haram. Sorry, you don't get that then. Mr. Filmmaker, Mr. Producer, you don't get all that then. Can't have it all ways. So, it's no beef. It's no beef with the man. It's the beef with the process here, okay? It's a beef with how you're operating.
He's right. And Sneeko knows this. He knows Islam is just a load of, like, fucking horse shit. It's just, that's why he doesn't go to Muslim majority countries and all this crap, so. Simply injecting tea is the best way to become a prematurely aged ogre. That is the most retarded horseshit I think I've ever fucking seen, like, ever heard in my life.
Now, for some people, the pros can outweigh the cons. Let me take Dan Coe, for example. I really like this guy. This guy is amazing content, really great mindset. However,
So this guy's promoting beta male faggotry. He's telling people to buy his gay retard program that won't get you fucking jacked, tell you to not take steroids, which will actually work. And then his whole argument against taking testosterone is, oh, you might look older or something. Oh, you might lose hair, you know, like gay fucking shit like that.
He's on TRT because that gives him the fuel, the drive that he needs to function, which, you know, that's all right. But this guy is younger than me, and he honestly shouldn't have to be looking like this at such a young age. And, you know, I can tell he's on steroids.
Oh yeah, I know another guy who's been taking steroids since he's in his 20s. He's 57 now, and I don't know. Does he look like he's prematurely aging? Does Mike O'Hearn look particularly old for a man who's nearly 60? Like, give me a fucking break, dude. This is just some, like, dumb bullshit. It's the dumbest, gayest, most retarded fucking bullshit. And by the way, also to keep in mind, this guy's talking about fucking TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. So we're talking about having testosterone in the range of high normal or maybe slightly above normal. You know, some people need a bit more outside the normal range in order to get the benefits from testosterone. The idea that that's going to prematurely age you and make your skin wrinkly and all this shit, like, it is such fucking ridiculous nonsense. You can look at, like, pro bodybuilders on the fucking Mr. Olympia stage who, you'd swear are look younger than they really are. Isn't Samson, Dauda? He's like 41 or 42. Or no, 39 right now. Yeah, 1986. He looks good for his age. Does he look like he's prematurely aging? He looks good for a 39-year-old. Like, if I were to guess, I would have guessed closer to mid-30s. But he's 39. He's going to be turning 40 this year. And this is a guy who's on grams of fucking gear. TRT, you're talking about like, maybe 150, 200 milligrams, something like that, at the high end. Like, this is a guy who's taking like 2 or 3 fucking grams, if not more. So, this is like 10 times the dose of TRT. And then this guy is like, oh, TRT is going to prematurely age you. Cool fucking story, bro. You're a weak little fucking bitch. Your stupid fucking program doesn't do shit. And people who are leveraging anabolic drugs are fucking mogging you.
I can tell he's using steroids. If you have a trained eye, you can see it. And yeah, he looks jacked.
Oh, yeah, because they work, don't they, jackass?
But it's not how I want to look. I want to look mythical. I want to look elite.
Buddy, you're getting mogged, okay? I don't want to look like I'm big and strong. Right.
And not this, but maybe you do,
Dork.
and that's fine. Go hop
Dork.
on. Two are amazing. Hormozy is insanely so very cool. Very cool. I think these types of people are very amazing and unique. Need more of that. But yeah, they were on TRT.
Dude, the natty cope bullshit is just so insane to me. The amount of double standards. Oh, Mike O'Hearn's on fucking steroids. There's no way he could be natty. That's obvious. Oh, Mike O'Tren. He's on Tren. And then, like, this guy's almost 60, and he looks like he's in his mid-30s. But steroids age you. Like, oh, okay. All right. Fucking retarded, dude.
You raised it up. Oh, boy. Yeah, don't bite. No biting. Mr. Bird. You raised it up. Oh, boy. Yeah, don't bite. No biting. Mr. Bird.
I really like burbs. Burbs are good. What's retatrutide? It's a GLP-1 agonist. And it's a dual agonist. So it works on the glucagon receptor. Dude, these TT races are just so fucking crazy. Jeez. That'd be nerve-wracking. Holy fuck. Just absolutely fucking redlined. It's just a weight loss drug. It's not much different from something like Ozempic. Oh, here we go.
We're going to talk about what's happening with the economy. And I know, because I'm getting dozens, if not hundreds of emails from many of you, that many people in my audience are really worried. You're worried about cost of living. You're worried about what's happening to your retirement account. We're going to get to the economic in a moment. But we first have to contend with the insane reality that Donald Trump may be about to lose this war that he started by his terms. Now, you might be saying, well, what do you really mean by win or lose? I'm going to explain. And in fact, there are some claims that Trump has already lost this war, evidenced by the fact that after killing the Ayatollah, the supreme leader, and pushing for regime change. Let's decide who will be in power. We've toppled the regime. The news reporting is that Iran has named the son of the Ayatollah the new supreme leader, meaning that we have achieved the exact opposite of regime change. Now, we will get...
Wow. Okay, so it's happening to all of them. Literally all of them, not a single left-wing commentator is just like saying anything remotely fucking sensible, and it's all just dumb shit, Chinese and Russian propaganda brain rot.
Get to that in a moment. One of the questions that has come up in this theater of war has been, what would it mean to win? Is it about nuclear facilities? Well, were they obliterated over the summer of 25 or weren't they? And what is the status of those facilities? And okay, that's one aspect to this. We then have the consequences of what is happening. We have the questions as to, is what Donald Trump did even legal because he didn't go and get authorization from Congress?
You don't need authorization from Congress. Again, this is Chinese propaganda.
We have the broader sort of philosophical question. Should the United States be engaging in regime change, et cetera, et cetera? But if...
Yes, they should be. Like, did we not do this in World War II? Like, it's just insane.
We put all of that back and go back. There is the whole question of the Ayatollah was killed, 86 years old. There was a succession plan. Is killing the Ayatollah really going to achieve regime change? Donald Trump said last week that if the son of the Ayatollah, Mojtaba Khomeini, was made the leader, that would be unacceptable. And we have now learned that indeed the new supreme leader of Iran is Mojtaba Khomeini.
That's great. How long do you think he's going to live, dumbass?
Are seeing every aspect of this backfire. It's going to be good for the economy. It's been a disaster.
Right, so he's the new Ayatollah, right? So how come he hasn't made any public appearances? Huh? How come he hasn't done a big public press conference? Oh, okay. Right. Okay, David Pakman's a fucking joke. And what a surprise, the twink-ass bitch beta male is promoting Chinese and Russian propaganda. Who'd have fucking figured? Right? It's always the usual suspects. Always, without fail. Like, these people are just not worth my fucking time. Like, holy shit.
Because you said insulin, you can also get fat. So that, do you then try, when you have people on insulin, to just have them in a very slight surplus?
Okay, so here it is. Yeah, might as well now that you pointed out, so I'm going to just reverse a little bit. So when I was on super high protein and super low fat, okay, why was that? Because I would choose purposely never to have a nutrient of choice there that can, backfire on me, that I can store triglycerides, even if it's intramuscular triglycerides. So just, if it's not there, now insulin becomes your best friend because only good things can happen. Amino acids and glucose can be pushed. If it's stirred, triglycerides, it can also be pushed. Now I'm compromising something that I want and something that I don't want. So if I just eliminate it completely, I don't have to think about it. And this was my logic. If you were training twice a day, fuel for muscle is glucose. I understand that throughout the years, keto diets or low-carb diets became something for bodybuilders. Why? Because they blew up like a blowfish and they're fat in off-season, and now they have to strip it down. That's not the bodybuilding.
Meeting
I was
tofu
in
and rice.
shape year around. I did 110 shows. I did 200-something guest postings. I did 200-something cover shoots, and all the shit. I was, in shape. I just don't understand how people go in off season and then you go to the mirror, you know, look, there is not a single fucking line on your abs, right? You know, Jesus Christ.
I just have to look in the mirror and my face gets so fat I don't want to see it.
Are you bodybuilding? No, you see, are you bodybuilding for that a day that you're going to be on a stage and maybe a couple of shows? So that's the only time during a year that you are in shape?
I've been using modern aminos for almost a year now for all my preps.
Do I use an interruptible power supply? I don't know what that is.
This is mind-boggling for me. And you're a classic guy, and you're into shape, and you're into aesthetics and conditioning, and I know that you prepare people and you like conditioning. But let's say the truth. I mean, even though I praise my 90s and 90s and 90s, even in the 90s, most of the guys would get off and be out of shape. I mean, Nasser Sambadi himself, I mentioned that one in Germany. We were guest posing and promoter didn't want to pay him because he was so goddamn fat. He says, like, nobody's paying to see a fat pig on the stage. You know, and there was a problem. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure you've seen, God bless his soul, Sean Roden after winning the Olympic. I mean, that's embarrassing, right? So how can you...
I think that was in Pittsburgh, wasn't it?
I don't know which one it is.
I think even in Pittsburgh.
But whatever it is, especially if you are representing yourself and not representing sport and the federation and the Olympic title and you're going in front of the audience.
Oh no, I don't have like a battery backup thing for if the power goes out. I think Isaac does, but I don't.
And then you showed up like this, like, holy cow. But then you realize, oh, this is the way it is. This is how you guys are. So again, for all the bodybuilders, that you think that you only need to be in shape on the stage, because it does feel good to feel those abs glued to the spine, feel every fiber move, right? It's happening. Shit. That's a great feeling. And then when you fat pig go in the mirror and you can't even recognize yourself. Okay, I'm not going to look in the mirror for the next 4 weeks. I'm going to start dieting, and then in 4 weeks I'm going to do the next check. And then next check and next check. In the meantime, you don't even pose. Back in the 90s, we were posing every single day.
I think Wesley Vissers has a really good physique. I think people kind of overblow the, like, square midsection thing. It's like, okay, well, if... like, yeah, his waist doesn't, like, taper kind of inwards, but he has a narrow waist. And I think the only big thing that I can really critique about his physique is, like, probably his glutes. Like, when he's doing some of the back poses, his glutes maybe look a little small. Yeah, and maybe the calves. He can bring up his calves a bit more. But, you know. Like, your structure is kind of the way it is. There's, like, you can't change, you know, certain things about the way you're structured. But, yeah, I would say, like, yeah, probably glutes, hamstrings a little bit, and then calves. I'd say those are his big kind of weak points.
Inspect what you expect, okay? Inspect what you expect. Chris Cormier talks about Robbie Robinson. I keep repeating this and because I believe it and I've seen it 200 times the same pose. Hit front double. Hit it again and 200 times over. And if you do it 200 times over, it's up to perfection. Okay.
Or you hit it wrong 200 times and it's wrong forever.
Yeah.
Some people are like that.
But then you see, and I'm going to tell you because you're not prepared for this. The video that you sent me, you know, of you posing, I had like 15 complaints.
Which one? My last one?
The one that you sent me, you know. I mean, they're not complaints, but 15 points that I could see you that you can change and make it better. And everything would be for a reason. And maybe.
You think Nick Walker could win the Pittsburgh Pro? No. Unless like nobody's competing at the show.
After we finish this.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I would show you.
I mean, I sent you some video where I knew that wasn't my greatest piece, you know?
Yeah.
I wasn't like that, but of course, I bet that some things that
I like to do this, and you know what? Because I've seen some of my old videos, which pisses me off. Sometimes somebody from Europe send me the video footage from 1993, blah, blah, blah. They were there in France or something. Okay, I never seen it. And then I look at the video footage. So, I made a mistake. Oh, I didn't keep my stomach tight. Oh, I was breathing. My balance was not there. My angles were not there. Like, what the fuck was I doing, right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't perfect it to the point of Arnold Schwarzenegger in Pumping Iron, and he was doing twisting back, left, right. That was like a machine, smooth as fucking Swiss clock, right? Harry Chopin, 2024 Arnold Classic. That was a masterpiece. I'm serious. I keep saying and repeating, but I want people to hear me say, watch that video. There was every microsecond, every millimeter of his body was right on the dot. Breathing exactly, inhale, exhale, super flat stomach, as wide as can be, as thick as can be, striated, masterpiece.
You know what I always think is like, if Ronnie Coleman would have been great at posing, oh my God. He was not even good at posing, but he still blew everyone away. Like some other people, if they would have been as bad as Ronnie, 10 places behind, like.
For sure. Sometimes, like, super good body, even in a bad position, is still super good body. But, you know, some compromised physiques, they know how to pop the lats, and all of a sudden they're competitive that they shouldn't be. I agree with you. Even when I was saying about the front lat spread, and I didn't consider him as the best of all time, because I've seen Ronnie do the front lat spread stupidly for like 200 times. I mean, like, geez, he pops his traps and all this shit. But I guess a few times it just happened that he did it right. And those people sent me this picture of him front lat spread from Russia or whatever. And
I just seen one of him. I'm like, whoa, this one's good.
Exactly.
Most of the times, like this.
Yeah. I know. It was just, he was different level. But the samurais, because I want to promote this kind of bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is supposed to be healthy, right? So now people are going to jump, oh, you guys, juicers, you use steroids. Yes, I used steroids from 1987 until now, 38 years maybe. I had a little break here and there. Little, you know, when I realized, like, why do I have a break for? I mean, you know, I never abused it. I consider anabolics making me healthier. You can check my blood panel. You can do liver, cardiovascular, glucose levels, if you have blood pressure, anything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm super healthy. I don't have any side effects from it. Use and abuse are two completely different things. And when people just think about, oh.
DD donated $2. Let me see.
Also, regarding any neuroprotective properties for any of these too, I feel like that's pretty important to discuss in the bodybuilding industry. Most of us kind of just glaze over that.
You know, the damage that anabolics do to the brain. All of them at some point, you know, cause oxidative stress in the brain, cause neuron inflammation. You're decreasing the thickness of certain points in your brain.
Yeah, this is all based on like bullshit rat studies and shit.
As well. And so you need some of these things as a neuroprotective or repair agent.
Oh, right. Peptides that they sell.
You know, one of the best repairing nootropics out there would be cerebrolizin. That actually has been shown.
Right. That you sell on your website.
Shown to repair the brain in traumatic brain.
Yeah, so this is complete nonsense. These androgens, they can in high doses cause increased inflammation within the brain, but guess what? That's why most of the vitamin C in your body is in the brain. So just eat a diet high in vitamin C. You're fine. I have not seen any evidence of people who take steroids having higher rates of like Alzheimer's, dementia, like fucking memory issues, shit like that. I just don't see it. So eat a high vitamin C diet or supplement with high dose vitamin C. You're fine. Mm-hmm.
Did you say one of your favorite peptides was YK11 too? Or not peptides?
Myostatin inhibitor, SARM.
Okay, so this guy's a complete fraud. Yeah, YK11's bullshit.
What was the thing that you said about SLU, SLUPP332, that is kind of a sign of oxidative stress?
Is this the growth secretagogue? Okay, no, this is okay. It's some bullshit.
That's that people actually aren't super aware of.
SLUPP332. Some people think that.
Yeah, how about just don't take it?
It's working better when they're sweating more. If you're experiencing those side effects, it means you're not utilizing it correctly. Your body.
Yeah, how about just not taking it because there's like no research on it and it's
What was the thing
probably horseshit.
I've always thought my physique wasn't too shabby, and that online PT didn't really need a they need, it's on their perception, so based on their physical ability.
Yeah, this is boring. Thanks for the donation, Didi. Sengoku Donny Tillers, I had the top comment on this post. Tell me what you think about it. My username is Black Burley. It's about some dumb bitch. Yeah, it's about some dumb bitch.
Why there's a male loneliness epidemic, but there isn't a female epidemic. Shouldn't we be just as lonely? Aren't there our counterparts? It's actually because we aren't lonely. In fact,
oh, women are lonely as fuck. Women don't even have any real friends. They're constantly lonely. That's why they always need attention and validation from other people. Because they don't have any actual real friends. Women just like fucking nag and bitch and complain at each other constantly. Yeah, every time I hear about a male loneliness epidemic, it's always a female talking about it. Yeah, sounds like projection. Yeah, I don't see any dudes complaining. Isn't this just based on some horse shit? Like it was one survey where they found dudes are like more likely to be virgins by the time they're 30 or something. Like, I don't know. Sounds like dudes are probably a little more fine just being on their own than women. But thanks for the donation, Sengoku.
Oh, if you use anabolic steroids, what is anabolic? What is
Building.
It? Building. Constructive metabolism. Building. Oh. Is building good or bad? Positive or negative?
Good, unless it's cancer cells.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, metabolic, anabolic, catabolic, right? We all want to be anabolic. We want to build the tissue. Okay, as we age, muscle mass decline and we become catabolic, and that's what is aging is. Muscle is anabolic and anti-aging. In bodybuilders, we want extreme muscularity, okay? For that reason, yeah, some anabolic steroids would help. Mind you, when I was...
Hit a new bench PR recently, 315 for 2.
Nice. Let me see. You have an extraordinarily narrow grip. Weirdly narrow. Why is your grip that narrow? Yeah, that looks exceptionally weirdly narrow. You're gripping it like literally right at the knurling. I think you'd probably have a bit more power if you widened your grip a bit. Like, at least have a thumb's length from the beginning of the knurling. But, yeah, good job anyway. Thanks for the donation, Matthew.
Growing up in Yugoslavia, you know what I read about.
Thoughts on vitamin D supplement? I think we're all deficient, but I'm not certain whether the supplement is effective. Yeah, they work.
Oh, nobody said it's dangerous drugs. No, dangerous. And then I read that nobody used not Lou Ferrigno, not Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've seen some. It was like a German magazine. And by the way,
Pete Hegseth didn't bench 315. It's just fake.
Surprise, VG. More brain rot from the young turds.
In the United States, you just wait to see what comes in the next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks meaning what?
We're going to blow the hell out of these people. This regime is in a death row now. It is going to be on its knees. It's going to fall. And when it falls, we're going to have peace like no other time.
We're going to blow the hell out of these people, Senator Lindsey Graham says of the Iranians, which doesn't really sound like liberation to me, Cenk.
Oh, like I give a fuck. Right, so you're both just dumb whiny cunts. Like I give two fucks. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
this is the craziest picture of Earth, Jesus Christ. You know, unbelievable. But in one of those magazines, I don't speak German, right?
Oh God, not an ad. Dirty ass chapstick, Tony Tillers. Hey, vegan gains. Been watching you for a while and you give good advice. I'd like to get in better shape and lose weight. I'm currently weighing 240 pounds, mostly fat, very little muscle. I need advice to quickly lose weight. I'm 4 foot 10 inches. Get on a GLP-1 agonist drug. Stick to caloric deficit. The greater the caloric deficit, the better. And just keep being in a caloric deficit for as long as you need to lose the weight. And just make sure you're doing weight training along with it to maintain muscle mass. Thanks for the donation, dude.
And
you know, coffee on the table.
Yeah, no, that's definitely because I was asking for it, and a couple other things. But he said like mixed anabolic or something. You know, something picture that. Man,
Wow, I never thought I would see Lindsey Graham being based for once.
Well, when the Democrats are as gay as they are now, shouldn't come as a surprise. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. I keep having my right eyelid twitch, and it's getting really annoying. Yeah, what the fuck? Right here, it keeps twitching. I did have a lot of sodium the one day, and it stopped twitching when I ate a fuck ton of sodium, but I don't know if it's great to eat that much sodium.
Mantis pose with Arnold being like crazy and so on about. So I came to America with idea that no way Arnold ever took the steroids. I'm serious.
Yeah.
If somebody would tell me, I would get offended, and it's like, what do you mean? I read in the magazine that he didn't take it. You know, until I realized, oh, okay. And back in those days, like it's now, rightfully,
It's called myokemia, too much caffeine or stress related. I didn't have any caffeine for a few days, and I still had it. Like, I have been drinking the Cherry Coke Zero, which has some caffeine in it, but I remember for like a week I didn't even have any energy drinks either, and I still had it. Stress, maybe I can kind of see. Like, I do kind of, I don't know, like, for lately, well, not even lately, it's been a while, like, I kind of have to convince myself to, like, stream rather than just lay in bed and relax. Like, once I'm streaming, I feel fine, like, I don't feel stressed out while I'm streaming or anything, but, I would like to take, like, a month off, like, or maybe indefinitely off of, like, streaming, kind of. I do get pretty annoyed pretty regularly. I don't know, it might be something to do with that.
people are afraid of it. Like most of the naturals stay natural because you are afraid of it, because you think this is destructive, dangerous drug that can kill you. Okay, then think that way. It's constructed metabolism. It can incorporate amino acids into the muscle tissue. It can grow your muscle. It can regulate your metabolism. More muscle would be beneficial in many other ways metabolically for your cardiovascular health and renal, hepatic, complete health.
Would you agree that there are some that have bad side effects you shouldn't?
Oh yeah, listen. Some, yes, and amounts of. Yeah. But okay, they're gonna say, yeah, Milo, she's such a freaking liar. And I'm gonna say this on live on your.
If you could goon on stream, all problems would be solved. Yeah, kinda.
Or your cameras. I never had negative side effect from anabolic steroids regarding any of my organs and tissues. Okay, I had that injection of Synthol that went bad, right? And that people are going to point out, oh, you could have died. Yes, from a bad shot. And stupidity of me using a Synthol, which was uncalled for, that I regret. But anabolic steroids, I hate to say it, and people are going to judge me, like, oh my God, all these youngsters are going to listen to you. And I'm not telling young people to do it, you know, whatsoever. But I made my choice when I was 23.
He said there's no gut-brain axis, but that's not true. Gut bacteria secrete dopamine, short-chain fatty acids are used in the brain. I don't know about dopamine. I know serotonin. That's not true. Not sure about dopamine. Ugh.
And I came to America and I realized, okay, if you want to compete with the big boys, you do what big boys do. There's no way out, you know.
In over a decade of coaching, what I learned is you have to be able to ask the right questions and then load. Check out.
Spaghetti
is one of the most popular use cases for the internet. Some estimate as much as 30% of internet activities consist of it. It's in this way that Gooners around the world, divided by culture, are united in their common project. There is, however, one group of Gooners who seem unable to be a part of this great experience. They are the Gooners in China. Porn is banned in China, both its production and distribution. China is not the only country that does this by law, but it is one of the few that takes it this seriously in practice, and perhaps the only one who has managed to implement it with such technological effectiveness. As a result, it seems virtually impossible to find any porn on the internet in China today. That fact raises an intriguing question. How do Chinese Gooners go? Do Chinese Gooners even exist? Because if they do, how do they engage in their practice when there is no porn? That question seems...
VG, I got some bad news. Apparently Pixar hasn't learned their lesson when it comes to sequels because 3 more are on the way.
You know, we got announcements back at D23.
Monsters Inc. 3. I didn't even know they made a second one. Coco 2. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? Why the hell does somebody want to watch a movie about some, like, broke-ass, poor Mexican kid? Why the fuck does that exist? Incredibles 3 makes sense, but, Coco 2. What the fuck even is Coco? That is just weird and gay. Alright.
Seems trivial
Thanks
on the
for
surface,
the donation, Dodo.
but it's rather profound indeed. To give a sense of scale, there are more than 1 billion internet users in China. That's about 1/5 of all internet users on the planet. The fact is that by thoroughly banning porn, China has inadvertently performed one of the largest anthropological experiments in the world. It's created a condition in which
Nipple pickles when he tellers the timing to bring the front flip while the bike flips an inch from his face. Then whipping his bike and body around is crazy. That looks kind of difficult. There's a snow track kit for the Stark YouTuber C-Boys TV has one. Let me take a look.
together that things don't happen in the Utah mountains, which is perfect opportunity to bring this.
Take good care. We're
Jeez. Everywhere you look.
Dude, this is the first fun snow bike I've ever ridden.
Shit.
It's so sick. I'm like, okay, snow bikes are kind of cool after all. This thing rips.
We might have successfully.
Stark Mountaintop Kit is the collab that nobody knew they needed.
Fuck.
The Stark Mountaintop Kit is the collab that nobody knew they needed.
Let's go. Good. Pretty good, right? No way down. Don't tell me about it.
Yeah, that thing kind of rips. Alright, might consider getting a Varg then.
Some bikes are so powerful that even the brakes struggle to stop them. These aren't beginner machines. These are missiles with handlebars. And RR, super bike.
Dude, these AI videos are just so cringe. The new BMW actually looks kind of sick. The arrow that they're putting on it looks fucking dope. That's an H2. That is not... Does that not have mirrors? How the fuck is he driving that on the street? Yeah, you can't ride an H2R on the street. It doesn't have mirrors. Yeah, this is the new one with the new arrow. Do they have a fucking black version, or do you have to get the fucking M version of this thing? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that actually looks fucking sick. The winglets look better than the old version, and it does give better downforce. I would not mind if somebody bought me that thing.
1/5 of the internet users in the world cannot do the one thing which the rest of us seems to primarily use the internet for. What can possibly go wrong?
Seriously, Pixar, just stop announcing these fucking pointless sequels already.
Yeah. At least, The Incredibles 3, like, that makes sense.
In today's video, I'm going to examine the unexpected results of this fascinating experiment. I'll talk about China's ban on porn, people's attempt at circumvention, and the lessons it contains about human nature. Before we move on, I should define a few terms for those in my audience who are less chronically online. I'll use the word gooning a lot in this video to humorously refer to the practice of watching porn while masturbating. I'll also use the word gooners, which refers to those who engage in that practice. Anyway, let's get started first with how China managed to eradicate porn. The story starts with a technological infrastructure called the Great Firewall. The Great Firewall is China's state-run internet control system that filters the content coming into and leaving the country. It's quite impressive, really, as it allows the government to control their domestic online landscape with profound scale, filtering and shaping its content as they see fit. And one category of content the Great Firewall targets is porn. As a result, no foreign porn sites are accessible in China. Now, theoretically, it's possible to host a porn site from within the Great Firewall directly to bypass its filter. However, doing so puts the operation squarely within the jurisdiction of Chinese law enforcement. As a result, such effort will likely be shut down quickly, with its operators landing in jail, so don't do that at home. Now, before the early 2010s, it was possible to find some porn sites in China. It was not a straightforward process, however. These sites were typically hiding on the last few pages of the search results and were riddled with pop-up ads and viruses. Around 2013 to 2014, an official task force was created called Jingwang, or the Clean Internet Campaign. This was a nationwide systematic effort to remove pornographic content from the internet, and it's been an ongoing.
I have the M1000RR carbon wheels if anyone wants to buy them. They fit any liter bike. Do they really? I don't think I'd ever bother getting carbon wheels. I'm a little paranoid of them having like a catastrophic failure or like I also just don't want to have to deal with the pain in the ass of needing like special tools to change the tires. But yeah, the catastrophic failure thing kind of has me a little paranoid.
Project since then. The reports of their work come out on an annual basis, where you can see a paper trail of their impressive accomplishments, like how many tens of thousands of adult websites they shut down that year, and how many offenders they arrested. They have done, and are still doing, a great job cleaning up the internet such that at present there is pretty much no porn online in China anymore. I certainly couldn't find any when I tried earlier, and I don't know anyone personally who still possesses a link to a functional porn site accessible in China. Despite this impressive porn ban, however, Chinese gooners do exist. The stats on this is pretty clear. One survey done on Chinese university students found that about 75% of men and 47% of women have used porn at least once in the last 12 months, with another survey showing about 45% of men using porn regularly. To compare a similar study done on American college students,
I can fucking guarantee you, there's probably a bunch of people just taking fucking naughty Polaroids and then selling them or something.
Students found the number to be around 86% for men and 31% for women, with about 48% of the men and about 3% of the women as regular users. So despite China's porn ban, their porn use pattern looks somewhat comparable to that of the US in these data, especially when you consider.
Yeah, what's weird is more women are actually getting fucking horny. Really weird. Yeah. Actually, a pretty substantive degree more women. So, womp womp.
Consider that porn is viewed as taboo and illegal in China, which can lead to underreporting during data collection. Now, a caveat. This data was collected from university students. This is a cohort of people who tend to be younger, more tech-savvy, more educated, and usually wealthier. So they're not representative of the entire country's population, meaning these.
Yeah, right. So if you go to like fucking mainland China in rural areas, what that means is you're just gonna have dudes hiding in the bushes waiting for girls to take a piss and shit by the, like, I don't know, river or something.
Stats can't be generalized to represent the porn use pattern of the country as a whole, but they do prove that gooners exist in China. And despite the porn ban, these gooners do manage to watch porn, and in some population, as frequently as those in Western countries. The question is, how are they doing it? There is supposed to be no porn on the Chinese internet, right? To answer that question, we need to distinguish between two types of gooners in China. They are the amateur gooners and the professional gooners. Let's start it with the amateur gooners because this is where most gooning career begins. If there is no porn on the Chinese internet, the first workaround is quite simple. You look for substitutes. I want to call these substitutes softcore porn, but that's not quite accurate. This is because all porn is banned in China in theory, even the softcore variety. Therefore, to distribute softcore porn, their producers employ a content strategy called 擦边. 擦边 is a Chinese internet slang that literally translates to rubbing the edge or edge touching. I know. Bring your eyebrow back down, please. Let me explain. The edge here is not the edge that you might be thinking of. It refers to the edge of rules or boundary of rules. To touch the edge of rules is to behave in ways that almost break the rules without actually breaking them. You're right at the boundary of what's allowed, such that you're touching the boundary, but you're arguably not crossing it. As a content strategy, this means making the content as sexual as possible without it being so sexual that it gets taken down. It also means basing the content on a pretense that's non-sexual in nature, so that the creators can pretend, at least on paper, that they're not creating sexual content. For example, this is an ASMR video meant to help people sleep. It has nothing to do with sex, obviously. And this is a fitness tutorial on an ab workout. It's not meant for sexual gratification, I promise. Here's a list of content type that edge-touching content creators often use as pretense. I think you get the idea. Now, although pornography is absent from the Chinese internet, these edge-touching content is rather abundant. For some gooners, this is enough, but others might find themselves wanting more. To ascend to the next level of amateur gooning, a gooner begins to cultivate a private supply of real porn, usually acquired through people networks. In practice, this often looks like friends sharing their private porn stash with each other, or inviting each other to group chats in which porn is shared at some small scale. Once in a while, someone might even get their hands on a link to a functioning porn site and share that too. Although, as mentioned earlier, these sites are increasingly rare and are often quickly shut down since the Clean Internet campaign of the 2010s. Now, when you share porn in this way, you're technically disseminating pornographic materials, which is illegal. However, enforcement don't usually target sharing among friends, although sharing in group chats are sometimes targeted, especially for larger groups. In this way, the private supply of pornography in China is not dissimilar to the distribution of marijuana in American states, in which weed is legal, or in Canada before 2018, which was the year weed became legalized. I happened to live in Canada back then and remember a bit about what that was like. Weed was illegal on paper in Canada, but it seemed like everyone and their mother had done it. Cops didn't usually care about private consumption unless you were doing it right in front of them. They mainly targeted sales and distribution. Most people would have acquired weed through their network. You would know a friend who knew a friend who hopefully knew a dealer. And if you go to the right parties, it was not difficult to get your hands on some weed. The private supply of pornography in China functions similarly. The analogy isn't perfect since one deals with digital products while the other deals with physical ones, but the dynamics are pretty close. Now, one problem with relying on private supply for gooning is the lack of variety. Gooners outside of China probably take variety for granted. Frankly, the sheer variety of porn online is a little overwhelming. But for the amateur gooners in China, their variety can be limiting. Their porn stash mostly consists of whatever they can get from their network, which may or may not fit their preferences. Therefore, some amateur gooners who are itching for more variety might decide to shed their amateur identity and ascend to become a professional. At this point, I want to stress that turning pro in the realm of gooning is no trivial matter.
Dude, this sounds like a fucking nightmare. So they had the one-child policy, which made like a ratio of men to women like 4-to-1, something crazy. So, dude, if you think dating here is competitive, holy fuck, in China would it be something else. So, like, unless you're Giga Chad, you ain't getting a fucking girlfriend. And I guess being Giga Chad in China just means you get straight A's or something. But, yeah. And then if you're just like a fucking average everyday normie who can't get any pussy, you can't even fucking goon properly. Holy fuck.
It's a decision as profound as the journey is difficult, and it culminates in a process known as fanqiang, which literally translates to climbing over the wall. What wall, you might ask? Well, the Great Wall, of course. The Great Firewall of China. Climbing over the wall refers to a process of employing technological tools to circumvent the Great Firewall's censorship. When a gooner successfully climbs over the wall, he gains access to all the porn that exists on the open internet, thereby transcending.
So that's why everybody in China cares about math. So they can goon.
His identity from an amateur to a pro. The most straightforward way to climb the wall is through a VPN. A VPN, or virtual private network, is a software that routes your internet traffic through a server elsewhere. It can make it look like you're browsing the internet from another country, which effectively circumvents the Great Firewall. You might be familiar with VPN since many Chinese travel guides explicitly instruct tourists to download it before they go to China. This is so that visitors can still post their latte photos on Instagram, watch videos on YouTube, and access many other websites banned by the Great Firewall. To get a VPN outside China and bring it inside is easy enough. One simply goes to the App Store and click download. To get a VPN inside China, however, is a different matter entirely, because you run into a rather annoying chicken and egg problem. VPN websites are blocked by the Great Firewall. To download a VPN, you need to go to their websites, but you need a VPN to get to those websites in the first place. So how does one resolve this circulatory nightmare? Well, if it were easy, everyone would do it, but it isn't impossible. To begin with, the most straightforward method is to simply leave the country, download a VPN, then come back. If you live close to the border, this actually isn't unrealistic. Like, if you live in Shenzhen, you just need to remember to download the VPN next time you go shopping with your friends in Hong Kong. But for most Chinese people, leaving the country to climb over the wall is indeed too logistically complicated. But there are other ways. For example, people networks can still work here. If you know someone who has a working VPN, you can borrow their VPN-enabled device to download a copy of the software for yourself. A lot of universities and companies also provide state-approved VPNs that students and staff can use to access blocked websites for study or work purposes. If you're associated with an organization like that, you can use their VPN to get started with your own. However, if you don't know anyone or any organization with a working circumvention tool, then you're on your own, and the process becomes a bit harder. To be clear, the process itself is not that complicated. You can Google how to do this right now. I even saw some step-by-step tutorials on YouTube. Realistically, you just need some capacity for effort, patience to follow instructions, and maybe some spare change for a subscription if you decide to use a paid product. The problem, though, is that these how-to guides exist on Google, or YouTube, or Reddit, or many other platforms that are typically banned in China. The platforms that are not banned in China are often scanned and filtered on a regular basis, where information about how to climb over the wall are promptly removed. So we get chicken and egg 2.0 here. You need information about...
I can't get this weird-ass smell to get away from me. I don't know where it's coming from, and it's driving me crazy. Did a rat poop nearby?
About how to climb over the wall to climb over the wall, but you need to climb over the wall first.
Maybe you have like
in
some
order
rotting
to
piece of
access
food
that
somewhere you
information.
can't see.
In other words, not only is the contraband, the information about the contraband is also contraband. As such, an aspiring wall climber typically needs to brute force their way out of the wall somehow, even with slow, unstable, or unsecure connection, for just long enough to access Google or YouTube or any platform where they can find the instructions about how to do it properly. It's not impossible, but it's no walk in the park either. And the project typically requires some degree of technical skills or digital savviness. That being the case, it's clear that wall climbing is not for everyone. Instead, it's a process that selects for people with particular sets of characteristics. Research shows that wall climbers tend to be younger, more urban, more educated, and of a higher socioeconomic class. This makes sense given what we know about the wall climbing process. The higher you are on the socioeconomic ladder, the more likely you are to be associated with the right people network or organizations with access to working VPNs that can get you started on acquiring your own. And the more educated you are, the more likely you are to have the
So this is literally why Chinese people go to school to like get good jobs so they can fucking goon properly. I wonder what some of their favorite like American porn stars are. Probably just something like Riley Reid or some shit. Gay, 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 gay. Okay, that should work. I'll put on the trainer just to poop. You think you took a 20-inch shit? That's a big shit.